What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 6 of NHL 24 Toronto Maple Leafs Franchise Mode Series. Thank you so much for supporting these videos. If you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. As you guys can see, they were currently 4-1-1. Matthews is kind of killing it. 10 points in 6 games. Unfortunately for the Leafs, we did not make the playoffs last year. We definitely should have. I thought we had a really good team, and somehow we finished like 5th last, something crazy. I think it might have been 6th last to be exact. Dallas Stars there actually won the Stanley Cup. Now, the good news is we made some moves. I think our team is probably the best it's been yet. At least the top 6 is for sure. So I'll show you guys what the roster is looking like heading into the 6th season. We've got Ward, Matthews, Laxo currently on the first line getting a +5, with Marner, Nylander, and Demidov on the second also getting a +5. Honestly, I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to rock this or not. I might go back just to Marner on that top line. We don't get the +5 in the second line, but like that is our top 3 players. I'm kind of torn, to be honest. Maybe we do try this. That way we do have 2 sick lines, and hopefully they can carry us into a playoff spot. Third line there, you got Minton, Tavares, and Coleman. Matthew Nyes on the 4th line with McLeod and Lawton. So bottom 6 isn't amazing, but I feel like all these guys are pretty decent defensively. Now, speaking of the defense, we got Riley, Theodore top pair. It does suck. We traded for Theodore. He dropped him to an 86, but still solid offensively. We get a +5 chem boost too, so maybe him and Riley will go off. We got Jarechek on the second pair against Pesci. Bottom pair there is Antoni Honka and Hanifin. Look at the goaltending. We actually signed Husso. Haven't really had luck since we traded away Swayman. I definitely think I maybe should have kept him. Liv, though, is now the backup. Already an 81 at 22. He could actually be our future starter. Power play 1 here. Absolutely stacked. You got Laxo, Matthews, Nylander, Marner, and then Riley. I mean, this thing's unreal. They get a +5 chem boost. Second there, you can see Demidov, of course, is like the trigger man on this one. You got Theodore on the point as the quarterback of that power play. Foreman power play 1's a +5. The second there's a +2, which isn't too bad. In terms of the PK, you don't get a ton of chemistry, but I feel like the players we're using a lot better, defensive players than we've had in the past. And I think there's no bad chemistry until the 3-man there. You get a -1 and a -3. So hopefully we don't have too many 5-on-3s to kill off this season. In terms of the AHL, I feel like they're looking pretty good. Couple 80s on that first line. Still waiting for Ty Voigt to, get into the low 80s. Maybe make the NHL team. The rest of the team there is kind of high 70s. Defensively, we got Niemela and Ottavainen, both 80s. So the D should be good. Goaltending, we got Hildeby who's a 79. So I feel like the AHL team, looking for their second Calder Cup. Maybe they'll get it this season. And now before we get started here, guys, I'll show our ratings heading into this year. I feel like we have 100 offense again, which is pretty nice. And yeah, we do. We've also got 93 defense, 84 goaltending. So Matthews kind of on fire right now in real life. Maybe in game he can do the same and carry us to a Stanley Cup. And now looking at contract extensions here, guys. Luckily, all of our top players are signed for at least a couple more years. Brett Pesci, though, needs a new deal. Currently making 7.5, asking for 7.9. So a 400K raise, but he's 33. I think if we wait, you could probably get him cheaper. I don't really know why he'd be asking for a raise at his age. Jarechek wants 6.25. Okay, I mean, he's an 84. We could probably wait on him as well and potentially get him cheaper. I just think D-Man, and they don't have a crazy season. Usually, they're not going to ask for too much. Live here, 1 year, 800K. I mean, okay. I feel like he'll be at least the backup, if not the starter in the future. Husso, I don't think we can extend just because, yeah, we signed him for 1 year. So not too much going on in terms of the contract extensions. And there we go, guys. Liv did accept our offer. All right, guys. So at the end of December here with a really good record, 21-12-2. Still only 3rd in the division. The Canadians, are you kidding me? 57 points. I thought we were playing well, and they're 13 points above us. That is crazy. AHL team, they're 15-13-1. So they're actually not doing as good as I expected. I thought that team was still kind of stacked. Ovchinnikov there has better point per game in terms of the NHL team. Laxo, wow, popping off. He's got 50 and 35. Wow, I honestly did not expect to see him as a scoring leader. I figured it'd be, still Matthews. Now, obviously, can't complain. Last year, we were doing terrible. This year, we're in a playoff spot. And I think we have the new head coach to thank for that. A+ overall, just kind of good everywhere. A+ coach influence. So hopefully this team can keep it up. Even if we don't, win the President's Trophy or anything, as long as we're in the playoffs, I'll be happy. All right, guys, so another deadline with a really good record, I think. 39-18-5. We're now 2nd place in the division. We're only 2 points back the Canadians. So we're actually fighting there for the division lead. AHL team, 33-18-3. So after starting a little bit above 500, they're all of a sudden playing really well. Kind of weird. I don't think I've ever seen like a little square like that all the same team. But we'll get to the deadline, see what's out there. Berard on the AHL team, over a point per game. That's pretty awesome. Matthews is 93 in 62 games played. He's only 1 goal off at 50. So definitely hitting 50, maybe even 60 this season. I'd say we're definitely a buyer after that fluke last season. Oh my gosh. I almost continued simming there. I'm not sure why. So we'll enter the trade deadline, like I said, see what's out there. Don't have a ton of cap space, but you never know. Rupe Hintz, he's a guy I honestly don't get too often. Eriksson Ek, Vince Dunn, Marchenko, Brady Tkachuk, McCann, Ehlers, Yurov, Johnny Gaudreau, Askarov. Wow, so that's actually a ton of options. I mean, I guess Askarov would be the first one I would consider if Husso has not been playing well for us. Haven't looked at his stats yet here, so we'll find out. You know, has that signing done well? Value's so low there for a starting goalie. 902, 303, so he's doing okay. Lives below 900. All right, let's see Askarov stats so far on the year. He's a backup, and he's got a 904. So, like, the save percentages there are so close. And he has a ton of value. I mean, I might do it later. I just don't know if it's really worth the value we're giving up, though. Now, staying with the National Predators, guys, they have Svechkov on the block, who's like one of the best two-way forwards, I think, in franchise. Quick draw X factor, 99 faceoffs, 93 awareness, 92 shot block and stick check, just incredible. Add him to the bottom 6, offering up Sturm there. He's the worst of our two medium league goalies. Wanvig, low top 6. Honestly, he's kind of there for the roster spot, only at 23 and still 63. Semyonov there, low top 4, D potential. He's just okay. And like I was saying too, when you look at the goalies, they're both 21, but Eminger there is 11 overall higher, so can definitely afford to give up Sturm. I'm also looking at the Preds here. They're 33 and 22, and yet they're a seller for some reason. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but we'll see if they give us Svechkov here. And they do. That's a huge trade for us. Wow, and look at this, guys. The Preds are actually offering Askarov to us with a 6th round pick. They want back Daychomp there, medium top 4 D potential. Eminger is a medium league goalie of ours, and a 2nd round pick. Now, one thing to remember here with Askarov is we actually have to give him a new contract next year as an 88. He's going to want a lot of money. 904 save percentage, and like the Wild are doing good, 306 goals against. Honestly, I've never had great luck with Askarov. I think too high of a price to pay to get very similar goaltending to what Husso's giving us. But now, guys, I'm actually trying to make a similar trade with the Wild, but instead of getting Askarov, I'm getting back Yurov. Have them retaining 50% to make sure they don't go below salary cap minimum. 88 overall there. The big thing is he's just so good defensively. 92 awareness, 89 shot block, 91 stick check. He's also got 5-star physical, good puck skills. Very cheap contract, unfortunately, though. He does need a raise after this season. Jaffrey just coming back to the roster spot. So Eminger there's the main league goalie. 2 medium top 4 defensive prospects, and a 2nd round pick. It's a lot to give up, but I think if we get Yurov, like, our team is going to be pretty nasty. Running out of time here, so we'll see what they say. Trades rejected. Said no to this deal already. I offered a similar thing earlier, trying some things out, but I didn't think I actually offered that exact deal. Apparently I did. I'll try adding a 3rd round pick here too with 3 minutes to go. Still rejected. They said quite far off in value. Unfortunately, couldn't make the Yurov deal happen. Now, looking around the rest of the league, you got JJ Moser there going to the Coyotes. A lot of picks being moved. A lot of picks, honestly. Drew Kelmaso going to the Ducks. John Dursey to the Islanders. Let's see. You got Adam Pelech there to the Dallas Stars. Pretty big move. Muhammad Lin to the Rangers. Zibanejad to the Sharks. That's big time. Wallinger to the Wild. Marco Rossi and Valimaki going to the Red Wings. Our trade for Svechkov. Christian Dvorak there to the Avs. Sogar there to the Stars. Chinikov to the Canadiens. Hinola to the Blues. You got Marchenko going to the Hurricanes. So I would say it's like a pretty average trade deadline. Really no huge moves. They said Marchenko one was a blockbuster, though. Same with Chinikov, Columbus there, trading away two of their Russian wingers. All right, guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the team. Obviously, just made that one move for Svechkov. He's actually playing our 3rd-line center role. Again, so good defensively. He's actually, like, pretty good offensively, too. 89 passing. The wrist shot there is not too bad. I think he'll do really well in between Minton, of course, more of the playmaker, 95 passing. Tavares, of course, the sniper, a good shot. 4th line's now Coleman, McLeod, and Nyes. If you guys remember, we had Scott Lawton. He's the odd man out. Had a pretty bad plus-minus. Was also averaging the least amount of ice time. So I figured, you know, he was the most expendable. Not touching that top 6. They're playing really well right now. I think in terms of special teams, Svechkov doesn't make any of the power plays, but he is on PK1 with that good defensive stats. How could he not be? He's also, I think, our first 3-man PK guy. So hopefully picking him up gives us that little boost we needed to finally win our first Stanley Cup. All right, guys, so right then the season now, the record of 51, 26, and 5. Having over 50 wins is awesome. Unfortunately, the Canadians do beat us out there in the division with 118 points. I think they won the President's Trophy. Yeah, they did. So I think we got 3rd there, the Avalanche 2nd. Looks like we'll play the Lightning in the 1st round. Hopefully we can at least win that one. Matthews, what a season for him. 125 points with 67 goals. AHL-wise, Ovchynnikov there, 74 and 69. They do make the playoffs, finishing 2nd place there in their division. So both teams in the postseason, I like to see that. Hopefully both these teams can make deep runs. Laxo put up 101. I want to say that's his best season yet. It is by quite a wide margin. Before that, it was 75 points. So good to see that from him. You got Ward there with 95. What a turnaround. Last season, he only had 48. He was playing 3rd line. This season, 95 plus 47. I think the entire top 6. Yeah, Marner, 89. Demonov, 85. Nylander, 78. The entire top 6 there was just unreal. You got Riley putting up 64 points. Love to see that. Fraser Minton, actually, 53 on the third line. Pretty impressive from him. Shea Theodore was one shy of 50. And you can see he actually dropped him rating again to an 85. But I think after this season, maybe he'll at least hold the rating, if not jump up. Tavares there, close to 50. He's 38 now. There's a chance he'll retire. Svechkov, 27. Let's see with us. 9 points, 19 games. He's a +7. I think that's pretty good. Honestly, the rest of these guys obviously aren't going to be scorers, so not a big deal. Goaltending here, Husso finished with a 901 and 309. So just above like the kind of minimum save percentage I want from a goalie. Luckily, sign him for 1 year. I think, again, the goalie carousel continues. We look for someone new. Live even under 900. Usually backups are better. So I'm not really sure if he's going to be the answer long term. AHL-wise, he'll be there. Pretty solid, but again, nothing too special. Behind Ovchinnikov, you got Berard, 72. He's a guy who could make the bottom 6 next year. Although, he's 80 overall, but like, what does he do good in terms of the bottom 6? Really nothing. Defense there is pretty low. Physical's even worse. Honestly, might just be more of like an AHL star. Ty Voigt, 46. Now, he's a guy, 91 passing, decent shot. Could be like a decent, third-line player if Tavares retires or, we lose somebody. Mignov as well, 22, 79, medium elite. Need to get him going up in the NHL. Maybe next season will be his chance. Now, in terms of the entire league here, guys, Matthews there. Our Ross Trophy, I love it. McDavid, second scoring. Branson, McKinnon, Panarin. Laxo finishes 6th, though. I love seeing that as well. Zibanejad got traded to the Sharks and still put up 101 points. Is this like another Joe Thornton-esque trade for the Sharks? Let's see. With the Rangers, he was over point per game by a lot, 77. And then with the Sharks, he had 24-19. Jeez. I mean, he is 35, so he's not like, a young, prime player like Thornton was. But still, what a trade for them. Stützle there, 101. Lekkerimaki, 98 with the Oilers. Oh my goodness. He's only an 86 overall, but must have been playing with McDavid. Matthew, 67 goals, is enough to win the Reese Richard. Laxo was actually second, tied with Bedard there at 57. So, with the 2 highest scorers in the league, and they're actually playing on the same line, which you don't usually see. I thought, one would have to be the trigger man of their line, but I guess not. Even Demidov actually was 5th in scoring. So, we have 3 of the top 5 goal scorers. That's honestly incredible. Defensive scoring here, McCarr, 97. Nobody even close to him, but Morgan Riley actually does make the first page, finishing 6th, so we'll take that. Goaltending-wise, Kochkov there with the most wins at 44. Save percentage for a starter goes to Saros, 921, probably why the Preds looking to trade Askarov. Now, he probably is going to be available in free agency. Maybe we look to sign him rather than, of course, giving up a King's ransom to trade for him. Saros also had lowest goals against of a starter, 264. Rookie skaters here. McCamey on the Ducks, 60 points. Landon Dupont behind him, 57, 84 overall. He got drafted a couple seasons ago, but the Flyers honestly have so many good young players on that team. Surprised they haven't really done much yet. Now looking at the entire league here, guys, as I mentioned, Canadians first, Avs second, we get third, and Tampa Bay gets 4th. So honestly, that just shows you how dumb the playoffs are set up when 3 and 4 in the entire league, not just in their division, or even their conference for that matter, are playing each other. Like, come on. A top 4 team is guaranteed knocked out first round. Who was that? Dallas, 20 seed. They got really lucky there. The Coyotes dead last place. 57 points. Islanders didn't do too much better, though. 61. Goals for, I was going to say, I don't know how we're not first with 3 of the top 5 goal getters. Goals against, we were not one of the better teams, but we also weren't one of the worst teams. So that is an improvement on last year. Somewhere in the middle, we'll take that. So, like I was saying, guys, first round here, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think most of their team's still together. Like, I don't remember Stamkos retiring, but he honestly might have, and I just forget. And look at the team here. I don't see Stamkos. They got Cirelli, Point, and Groshev first line. I also don't see Kucherov. I think he was in free agency. That's right. Moore, Burnett, Rasmussen. So a whole new look Lightning. First off there, Gustafsson, Goethe. I'm sure I mispronounced some of these Russian names. Lavoie, Carter Mazur there. Brandon Hagel, 86 on 4th line. Seems like a waste. Could definitely play instead of Moore on the 2nd. Defensively, search other down the number 190. So Hedman's gone. You got Chernik, Struble, Lindgren, Kuliachonic, and Lindstrom. Goaltending-wise, Allenfelt, Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky obviously is the starter. So luckily he's only an 87 now. They don't have Cooch. They don't have Stammer. They don't have Hedman. Definitely not the same Tampa Bay team we're used to. I like our chances here. On paper, I think we are the better team. I don't think really any team in the league can match up with our top 6 forward group. So we'll see what happens. First 2 games in Toronto. And 3-2 win. And a 5-2 win. Let's go. Starting out 2-0. Head down to Tampa Bay now. 6-3 loss in Game 3. Game 4, 4-2 win. So we just have to win one of the next 3 games. 3-2 OT loss. It's a close one at least. The boys were trying. 3-2 win. Let's go. So after 6, we beat the Lightning. Moving on now to round 2. And you got the Montreal Canadiens. So It's the 1 versus the 3 in the entire league in the second round. Matthews is crushing it. He's actually a playmaker so far in the playoffs. 9 assists there in 6 games. Interesting, he had 11 points total. And so the Montreal Canadiens here, guys. Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield in that first line is nice. They got Chinikov on the second with Newhook and Gavin McKenna. Top 6 is good, but again, it's not as good as ours. They got Lindstrom on the third line with Doc and Sean Farrell. Their third line is better. Even their fourth line's better. Misar, Heponiemi, Joshua Watt, 86. He's honestly kind of being wasted here on the fourth line. Like, what are they paying him? Oh, lucky only $3 million, but yeah, he is way too good of a player to be there. Kind of looks like, you know, a roster I used to build. Gooley there, Lane Hudson's a beast, 92 overall. He actually got the Born Leader X Factor, which I think is pretty cool. Reinbacker, Harris, Joseph, Coughlin, goaltending-wise. Wow, okay, they got Andreanov, 87, plus that 87 Swayman. Geez, so an insane tandem. Both their goalies are better than ours. Also, too, if I'm them, I'm starting Swayman every single game, get revenge against us. And look at this, guys. After we trade him away, he's got a .91 and a .914. Are you kidding me? And, like, the defense in front of him really isn't insane. Obviously, Hudson's a great number 1, but other than that, it is pretty average. So, Canadiens team definitely going to be tough to beat. Got a classic Original 6 matchup here. Leafs versus Canadiens. Let's see what happens. First 2 games at the Bell Center. Game 1's a win, 4-3. Game 2's a win, 6-2. Are you kidding me? Heading home now to Toronto. 6-5 OT win. Unfortunately, Game 4, they do get the better of us 5-1. We just have to win 1 of the next 3. Come on. Boys got to get it done. 4-1 loss. We can't give them this momentum. Game 6 at home. 4-2 win. Let's go. We also win this series 4-2. I was getting worried there after they won 2 straight. And we got the Columbus Blue Jackets now in the conference final. And very interesting because Columbus just traded away 2 of their, you know, top 6 forwards in Marchenko as well as Chinikov. Matthews there's got 17 and 12. Again, more of a playmaker in this playoff series for whatever reason. So looking at Columbus here, guys, they got Patrick Laine on the first line with Fantilli and Stillman, who's only an 83. Gavin Brindley there playing with Ken Johnson and Johnny Gaudreau. I feel like you definitely got to have Brindley playing with Fantilli, the 2 buddies. You got M. St. Louis, Mason St. Louis, though not Martin, playing with Nick Paul, Jordan Dumais on the third, Schillinger, Horkoff, and Duclair. Duclair's actually back to the CBJ. I mean, the bottom 6 is pretty average. The top 6, really, it's more of a top 4. It's these guys here. Like, the right wing position is pretty weak for them. Defensively, they got Provorov, Jaracek. They have no Werenski. Jeez, they got Barron, Matachuk, Kuhlmans, and Boquist. Wow. And then even Jaracek didn't really grow that much. Only an 84 at 25. Goaltending, 85, Vanacek. I feel like this team's very, very beatable, but again, in the playoffs, anything can happen. Can't get overconfident. Right now in the playoffs, they're 8-5, we're 8-4, so pretty similar records. We got the Canucks and the Avs, I see, in the Western Conference Final, but here you go, guys. Game 1, and we're up 2-0. Tavares, Shea Theodore, let's go. After the second, Stillman for them. I called him out, saying doesn't deserve to be first line. That's funny. Hanifin for us, and we hold on there 4-2. Demidov shorthanded, and then Horkov there got a goal, but unfortunately for them, too little, too late. And here we go, guys, in game number 2. Not a good start. 4-1 after the first period. Matthews, though, on the goal sheet for us. 5-2. Theodore again. This game's probably a loss. And, wow, we actually pulled it in 1. Unfortunately, ran out of time. Pesci there only scored 2.5 minutes to go. But at least, you know, the boys showed some fight there. Not trying to get blown out. Game 3 now, guys, in Columbus. And 0-0 after 1. After 2, they're up 2-1. Matthews again gets a goal, which is nice to see. Stillman as well for them. And after the third, 4-1. Jeez, Paul on the power play, Fantilli there. Are you kidding me? So we're down 2-1 here to the CBJ. Wow, the Canucks are potentially going to sweep the Avs. They're up 3-0. Hopefully we can tie this thing up. If we lose 3 straight here, that'd be terrible for us. But we'll see what happens. Still a lot of time left. And 0-0 after 1. We actually doubled their shots, 14-7. 2-1 now after 2. Tavares there, the power play goal. Brindley for them. And then Nyes for us gets on the score sheet. Let's go. 5-1. Huge third. Marner, Minton, Matthews all pitching in goals. So that was a crucial game for us. Either you tie it up 2-2 or you go down 3-1. Head home now for game 5. Hopefully we got some of that momentum back. Here we go. Down 2-1 early. Johnson, Gaudreau, Demidov for us. 5-4. Tons of scoring there in the second. Matthews, Nylander, Laxo. All right. So we're only down 1. We can definitely tie this thing up. And we do. Let's go. McLeod, 4th line center. Resume simulation here. I guess actually this is the game 5, so we can just sim it and see what happens. Let's go. 6-5 win. Tavares, the captain, gets on the power play. Also, too, I should remind you guys, like, Tavares is still looking for his first Stanley Cup, so if this is his final year, he wants it, you know, and I think that showed it right there. The captain bringing us 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final. Game 6 here, guys. We're down 1 early. St. Louis on Husso. And 1-1. Morgan Riley ties it up. Can we win this? Come on. We're all tied up. Unfortunately, I see they're outshooting us by quite a bit. No. Okay. Third period there. Laine gets 1. Fantilli adds an empty netter. Unfortunately, we're going to Game 7. This is it, guys. Do or die. Can we win Game 7 at home against the CBJ? Oh my gosh, I just noticed the Avs climbed back in their series against the Canucks. They were down 3-0. It's now all tied up. Imagine they reverse swept them conference final, but we can't worry about that. We got to worry about our game at home in Toronto. Let's do it. Come on. I feel like the fans will be buzzing. And we're up 1-0. Matthews, I think, has been scoring a lot more goals this series. 3-1 now. Nylander and Jaracek for us. Fantilli for them. And, okay, we hold on. Line gets a power play goal. Luckily, though, the defense clamped it down. And we are moving on to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in this series. And we are playing the Canucks. Wow, they almost got reverse swept, but they said no. Game 7, they're able to rally back there. So, an all-Canadian Stanley Cup Final is definitely going to be pretty exciting. Matthews has 24 points in 19 games. He's crushing it. Take a look at the Canucks roster. Obviously, no PD. He left in free agency, but still a good team. I mean, they got Quinn Hughes on the back end. Never mind. PD must have re-signed there, because I remember him being in free agency, so that's funny. He went to free agency, but stayed with the Canucks. They paid him $14.4 million for 4 years. JT went on the left wing. You got Tippett, Besser, Otto Rato up to an 88. Tons of X factors. Kuzmenko there. Höglander, Bjorkstrand. Okay. I mean, forward group-wise, I think we're better. Like, our top 6 is much better than theirs. Bottom 6 is actually really similar, though. Defensively, they got the better number 1 for sure in Quinn Hughes. After that, though, I think it's pretty tied, if not actually the edge to us in terms of the depth. Goaltending, they do have the better goalie for sure in Demko. He's playing pretty good, but not amazing. 909 save percentage, like, you know, he's beatable for sure. If he had, you know, something like a 925 or better, I'd be worried, but definitely beatable. Let's see what happens here, guys. The good news is, too, we actually have the home ice advantage. So, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final in Toronto. I feel like the Scotiabank Arena would just be buzzing. And let's see, the Canucks are up to PD and Lopina, I think is how you'd say that. 4-0. PD again and Besser. And 5-2. PD with the Hattie. Oh my goodness. Matthews gets a shorty. Tavares gets a power play goal, which means we actually didn't even score at 5-on-5. We're just going to pretend that game didn't happen. 5-2 lost Game 1. Maybe the boys had a bunch of jitters or something. First time Stanley Cup Final. I think in this franchise, Canucks actually have won it already. So, here we go. Game 2, we got to tie this thing up. And it's 1-1. Tippett for them. Laxo for us. 2-1 now. Honka, of all people. And 5-1. Let's go. Laxo, Ward, and Marner. That's a big statement win there. Tying this thing back up. And here we go, guys. Game number 3. We're now in Vancouver. Let's see if we can actually get the lead here in this series. And 0-0 after 1. We outshot them 18-7. Now 1-0 for us. Svechkov, 29-13 the shots are. Are you kidding me? And I was about to be scared there, but no, we hold on 4-0. Outshot them 45-20. Demko's probably looking at his team like, are you going to help me out? Honka there, Demidov with a couple, just making sure we held on to that win. So I like what I've seen there. Again, I don't think the Canucks can match the firepower we have in our top 6. Game 4 here is huge, just like the last series. We win this, up 3-1. If we lose it, it's tied 2-2. So we're on the other side here. And 2-2 after 1. Besser, Miller for them. They're actually up 2-0 with Demidov, Riley tied this thing up. And 4-3 now. Matthews, Pesci, Quinn Hughes there. Can we hold on? And 5-5. Wow. Nylander scored, then Miller tied it up. 3 minutes left. Let's see who wins this one. And we do. Demidov, are you kidding me? In OT. He's been outstanding for us in these playoffs. We are now 1 win away from the Leafs' first Stanley Cup in 50-plus years. How incredible would that be? And we have a chance to do it at home here. Game number 5. 3-1 series lead on these Canucks. Come on. Do you believe in miracles? And 1-0 for them. Klimovich, are you kidding me? And still 1-0, so we can't sit in the whole period because these guys could definitely come back. Power play early. Demidov ties it. I just said how good he's been playing. Nylander adds one. What is that? 8 seconds later? Are you kidding me? The boys want it at home. Justin Bieber's in the house. Drake's in the house. Besser ties it up. Okay, no more celebrities in the house. They all left. It's just diehard fans. 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes. 3. Nylander, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 57 seconds left. They just got to hold on here. I'm going to make sure I lock position here as coach. So if we do win, I can choose who gets the Stanley Cup. Rating-wise, guys, we got 191-84. They got 97, 89, 90. We are better everywhere except for goaltending, which we kind of knew. Thatcher Demko definitely an elite goalie, better than Husso, but I think our team in front is the difference maker here. So 45 seconds. Riley's on it. Come on, Matthews there. Don't let them do anything crazy. Quinn Hughes moving up the middle of the ice. Come on, guys. Just no big chances. No way. Tippett does not get in alone like that. Luckily, Husso shuts the door. No way. Miller. Oh, my goodness. Why is he down? Why was Husso down like that? That was 2 grade A chances back to back. 10 seconds left. Matthews puts it high on the empty net. This guy had 57 goals and can't score on that empty net. Laxo just gives the puck to Besser rather than putting it on the empty net. Oh my gosh, my heart rate there was raising. It was like they were trying to throw that one. Luckily though, Toronto Maple Leafs finally are once again Stanley Cup champs. I feel like the entire city would be out in the streets celebrating. Love seeing this. Again, I just think our top 6 was just honestly too good. You couldn't stop it. I think when you looked at the goals for through the top 5, scorers in the NHL, no one's really going to be able to stop that. So luckily, finally we got this done. I was starting to wonder, are the Leafs cursed? Are we even going to win a Stanley Cup? And right here you guys can see Austin Matthews with the Conn Smythe. He had a great playoff. I think the fact too, he was, focusing on not just scoring goals, but also being a playmaker, setting up guys. Love seeing that. And what could possibly be Tavares' last season before he retires, he's going to come out here as the captain of this team and lift the Stanley Cup. I think that could be a very fitting end to his career. Obviously, he was the captain of the Islanders after getting drafted first overall, but, he's a Leafs fan as a kid. He slept with that Leafs blanket, and now he's lifting the Stanley Cup with the C on his jersey and the Maple Leaf on his chest. How awesome is that? I think, too. Who's going to be the first guy to get this cup? Do we really have any long vets? I don't think we do. I think we got to give it to Matthews first. He's kind of like the pseudo-captain of this team. I know Tavares wears a C, but I think, Matthews probably just as much the captain. As slight Leafs fans are hoping they'll eventually get to see in their lifetime Austin Matthews there lifting that Stanley Cup. Next up here, wow, no Marner, no Nylander. I mean, Shea Theodore, he won with Vegas. Did we give it to Husso? I mean, you know what? I'm going to give it to Demidov. He was awesome in these playoffs. I think he was a big reason why we won this Stanley Cup, so he can have it next. I definitely would have given it probably to, like, Marner 2 and then Nylander 3. I don't know why neither of those guys were options for us. Finally here, I honestly don't know. Husso also has never won. He's our goalie. Let's give it to Husso. It's kind of between him and Coleman, but, like, Coleman's a fourth liner. He wasn't really, a huge, presence on this team, I'd say. And, again, Shea Theodore, if he never won a cup, probably would have gotten it, but Husso there lifting the cup. I kind of feel bad because probably going to let him go. I don't really think he was a difference maker for this team, but still, we got it done with him and Ned, so definitely can't complain too much about his play. And here we go, guys, the famous team pick. You got to love it, too. The Maple Leafs logo at center ice, getting this done in Toronto. You can see Riley, of course, longest tenured player on this Leafs team. Nylander's beard there, fully blonde. That was honestly kind of funny. And there you have it, guys. Toronto Maple Leafs, finally, Stanley Cup champions. You can take a look here at all those names on the cup next to the most recent cup winner, which will be the 2023 Vegas Golden Knights, because they haven't figured out how to have a updated winner for some reason next to it. But still, there you go. John Tavares, captain. How cool is that? Finally got one. And the good news is we have a couple seasons left, and our entire top 6 is under contract. So if those guys can win us one more, I think that'd be pretty awesome. And look at this, guys. The Canucks actually outshot us in this final game, 40-31. Luckily, though, we were able to come out on top. Nylander, 2 goals. I mean, he was huge. And Husso, I was just bragging on him, but he had 9-5 in this, pivotal game, so can't complain. And oh my gosh, guys, look at this. I decided I gotta check the AHL team. I'm pretty sure we won the Calder Cup. Swept the Utica Comets. We then beat Belleville in 5. Lehigh Valley Phantoms there, we beat in 5 as well. And then the Bakersfield Condors we beat in 5. Are you kidding me? We won the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup both this year. Absolute domination here from the Toronto franchise. Wow, look at that. Stanley Cup champs, Toronto Maple Leafs. Calder Cup champs, Toronto Marlies. You love seeing that. So finally, all of our hard work paid off here. Anaheim there picking... What? Anaheim picks 1 and 2. They jump up from 5-1, and then they jump from 6-2 with the Washington pick. Wow. Talk about luck. Are you kidding me? Imagine if a team actually pulled that off in real life. That is insane. Next, you guys take a look at the awards as well as playoff scoring leaders. You can see Matthews went off 30 and 24. Again, the fact too, had more assists than goals, I think says something about him. He knew he had to do everything for this team if we wanted to win. You got Demidov there, is about a point per game. He actually led our team in goals with 15. Laxo was also close. Nylander, same. Marner, Ward there at 18. He was doing his best. 1 goal, but 17 assists. I mean, we'll take that. Theodore, 16 points as a D-man. Riley, 13. So Husso here, I mean, 908, 293. It's not bad. Better than he was in the regular season, but it's still not, like, amazing or anything. Looking at this playoff tree next year, guys, of course, we know our road. Lightning in 6, Canadiens in 6, Blue Jackets in 7, and then the Canucks in 5. They took out the Oilers, Kings, and the Avalanche before falling to us. And now look at the team awards here, guys. Finally, we got that elusive Stanley Cup. President's Trophy we actually don't have yet, but maybe will. For the first time in 4 years as well, Buffalo doesn't win it. Imagine they got the 4-peat. And look at this. Vancouver's just been dominating. They won the Clarence's Campbell 3 of the last 5 years. That means they're in the Stanley Cup final 3 of the last 5 years. And they've actually only won it 1 time. I feel like Canucks fans would be hating that. Obviously, our first Prince of Wales there. Matthews, Art Ross Trophy, also gets the Heart. I think well-deserved. McCarr, James Norris. Kaprizov, Lady Bing. DuPont got the Calder. Matthews, of course, Conn Smythe. Saros got the Vezina. But Daigle actually got the William Jennings. Simashev there, Bill Masterton. Clarkson there, the Preds coach, got the Jack Adams. Honestly, I feel like our coach could have won it since we missed the playoffs last year. By a long shot, we just hired a new head coach, but it's fine. Selke there goes to Drury. Matthews also got the Ted Lindsay and the Reece Richard. Again, what a year for him. AHL, Marley's got the Calder Cup. And in terms of individual awards, we'll just quickly go through and see if we got any. Ty Voigt there, MVP of the playoffs, like I've been saying. Maybe finally he can break through the NHL team. And next year, guys, look at retired players. Again, Tavares might go to champ. I don't think he is, though. I feel like we would see him on this first page. Patrick Kane, though, does call it quits. He was 73 overall and still put up 53 points in the AHL. It's pretty impressive. You guys can see his rating just dropped off a cliff at 40. Stammer there retired with the Islanders. He was also really low rated at 73. Pavelski Giroux, just a straight up retirement home on the Islanders AHL team. Pavelski, though, was still 78 at 44. That's honestly incredible. Marchand there was at the Lightning AHL team. Nuge retires at 36, kind of young. Jamie Benn, Jeff Skinner. Wow, no. Taylor Hall, Brock Nelson. Tavares is coming back. That's kind of nuts. I mean, maybe it'd be like a fourth liner for us. We'll see what his rating is. Bobrovsky there retires. He was down to 77. Freddie Anderson, Jake Allen. Okay, so pretty big retirement class. But the captain, he could have been out a champion, and he said, you know what? I got one more in me. I want to run it back here with the squad, and honestly, I got to respect that. So we're getting to the draft now, guys. I think Coleman and Lawton are both expendable for us. Now, they were one-year deals. I can't believe that for the Ducks. Just not even fair. 1 and 2. Who are they going to take? They got a medium franchise. Kyle Hybert there, going first overall. Second and third. Whoever they take second's probably going to be medium lead as well. So, what a couple picks for that team. Now, guaranteed gems. I mean, you got a low elite Machowski there, going to be late second. I think we do have a second, so could eye him. The rest of these guys, honestly, even though this guy's a gem, the fact he's low top 4, I don't really think that's great value in the third, so I'm not going to bother penning him. Goalie here. 1 bar to be high elite, so he probably isn't. This Polish goalie, though, guaranteed medium elite. He could be like the last pick in the draft, so that's awesome. Even this guy here going to be like a 3rd rounder, I think. Good chance to be medium elite. I mean, he's got 5 years NHL ATA, but definitely could be worth, trading up for. And look at these two guys here. Both have 3 bars to be low elite, and they're like, honestly, not even going to get drafted. And we could get both of them with the last pick if we wanted. Another really good value pick here, guys. Solomon Zacharias, guaranteed medium top 6. He's going to be like a, what is that, 4th, 5th rounder? Wow, and look at this. Marcus Modin, guaranteed high-started goalie from Sweden. He's also like an early 4th, so we don't have a lot of picks in this draft, but I'm going to try and make some moves here, because honestly, our scouts kind of popped off. Alright guys, so I'm just going to send to our 2nd round pick here. I'm going to pass on that one low elite guy, who I think went a little bit early. I could probably find him, honestly. If I just scroll through the 2nd round, we'll see how good he was. Lindgren, medium elite goalie, is pretty nice. Machowski here was the guy I was looking at. 62 low elite. I mean, that's not a bad player at all. Take a look at the 1st round as well. Hybrid there, 80 overall, medium franchise, couple X factors. 2-way forward, interesting. Grossman, 79 medium elite. Another medium elite there at 3 to the Yotes, 4 to the Islanders, 5 to the Sens, and it looks like that's it. So I think here we're going to take that guy who could be medium elite. Definitely a little bit of a long shot, and I think we're reaching a little bit too, but I don't mind it because I think it's worth it. Guaranteed low top 4 again. We're going to pass on him for a guy who actually could be crazy. Labrouille, hopefully I said that right. I probably didn't. And we got to scroll all the way back to the last pick of the 2nd round. He is, oh my gosh, he's 70 overall medium elite. I thought the NHL ETA on him was 5 years when I checked. This dude is insane. What a pick. End of the 2nd round. Wow. From the QMJHL, our scouts crushed it. I mean, he could potentially be on our team in the last year. Like, he's already high enough rated. That is crazy. All right, guys. I know next year trying to trade St. Louis Blues to get their 3rd and 4th round pick. Offering up our 4th, which is like 22 spots later. A 3rd in a couple of years plus Heinen. Medium top 9. Only a 75 at 23. Really nothing special, but they want him. If they get the trade to go through, I think it's huge for us. And they said yes. All right. I figured because the Canucks 3rd was late, it kind of makes like the future 3rd potentially have more value. So at 95 here, there's a couple of guys I want. They're both going to go around 105. One of them's the guaranteed high starter goalie from Sweden, Modin. The other one there is this dude who could be high elite, the goalie. It's a huge, gamble though. Central Scouting has him 1 higher than Modin, so I guess we'll go with him first. Let's see, what is he? And he's a high starter. That's not too bad at all. We're actually going to be getting back-to-back high starter goalies here unless... Oh no, Modin got taken 1 before us. I mean, I guess that worked out then. We get the 2 high starter goalies. Here we could probably just take LeBlanc a little bit early, like it's 11 spots, whatever. Could be medium top 6. He's got like 3 of 4 bars. And he's a medium top 6. Only 53 overall, but still, it's a solid pick. Honestly, too, I think a medium top 6 might have more value than a high starter goalie. It'd be pretty close. And look at this, guys. It turns out I was right. I figured why not test it? And yeah, a medium top 6 does have more value than a high starter. Both 18 years old, unsigned. I feel like that's just good to know now in terms of the draft. It actually makes more sense to go with the medium top 6. And now next, you got to make sure the Tampa Bay Lightning offering up 2 low top 6 forwards for a 5th rounder. Both these guys are really low rated, 64 and 64, 21, 22. I mean, basically, I'm just kind of playing the odds. We already know what we have in them. It's not a lot. Hopefully, with that pick, we can get somebody a lot better. And actually, I'm not hoping to get somebody better. I'm guaranteed to get someone better. Zacharias there, going to be a medium top 6 for us. Rating-wise, only a 48, but still, I think we definitely still want that trade. And now this is kind of insane, guys. Next year, I'm offering up Hanifin to the Coyotes for 2 7th-round picks. I can't believe his value's honestly dropped this much, but 81 overall. He was plus 31 last year, which is really good. Still, though, as an 81, getting paid 4.25, it's just way too much money. Especially since we have Miettinen coming up, 2180. He'll probably grow this summer. I think he could take Hanifin's spot for sure. So if the Coyotes say yes, it's a good trade for us. And they did. And now next year, I'm offering Ottavine to the Avs for their 7th-round pick. It's like one of the last ones. 80 overall, but again, the D-awareness, it really isn't there. His shot block, stick check, physical is all great, but basically just a good AHL player. We'll see what the Avs say. Trades accepted. Honestly, he may even make their top 6, but I think the AHL team, they got 2 Calder Cups. I'm not really worried about them. I'm trying to have the AHL team win their Stanley Cup, so that's the priority. Next year, guys, looking at the pins, we got 3 left. Highest ranked is going to be this goalie here from Poland, guaranteed medium elite. 56 overall is actually not too bad, especially in the 7th round. Next pick here, one of my favorite picks, 222. Marshall there, a little bit higher rated. Now he's got the 3 of 4 low elites, and he's a low top 6. Okay, so not low elite, but still not bad at all where we picked him. And then last pick of the draft, Mr. Relevant. If this guy could be low elite, that'd be pretty incredible. Scuderi, imagine he's like a low franchise. And he's a low top 6 as well, but still, I think, you know, where we got them, those picks were honestly really good for us. And so we're now at the re-sign phase with $18 million in cap space. Look at this. Laxo's a 96 now. The fact we have 2 96s on the team, him and Matthews, that's incredible. Marner even still 94. I was worried playing on the second line he might drop. Ward's up to a 91. I mean, he had a great season. I'm glad to see him when he's Stanley Cup with the team he was rightfully supposed to go to. Demidov, of course. Nylander, again, that top 6, that's why we won the cup. So Pesci, he's still a big part of the defense. It's asking for 6.8, so it actually is a little bit cheaper. I think before it was like a 7.2. It's also a 1 year now instead of a multiple year. I think we have the money, but let me just kind of double check. Jaracek wants 5.8. He's also dropped an ask price. Svechkov I'd really like to have back. So good defensively. For 2.5 million, I think we could afford it. Tavares, though, we got to bring back. Wow, 1 year, $1 million bucks. That's awesome. Cloud don't necessarily need 1.5. Maybe can let go of McLeod, honestly. We weren't getting the greatest chemistry, like, in terms of the PK. Lawton, I'm definitely letting go of. So, yeah, Svechkov here, let's try like 2.25 to start. Jaracek will obviously qualify. Let's see if he'll take 5.5. I guess, really, he's basically getting Hanifin's money. So, like, it should all work out. Nimla, I was going to keep for the AHL team, but he wants over $1 million bucks. Not worth it. And so, I want to look at our defense here, guys. If we bring Pesci back, he's actually highest rated now, which is kind of funny. Riley, Theodore, Jaracek, Honka. And again, Miettinen there should, you know, be 83, if not higher, by the start of next season. I think defense was good enough to win a cup. Theodore, though, making a lot of money with his rating. I definitely going to be looking to ship that out if possible. So Pesci here, let's try and bring him back. Let's see if he says yes, 6.5. And now in terms of goaltenders here, we're actually all set for next year. He'll be still under contract. Take a look at Husso's ask. I mean, 2.85. We did win a cup with him. Is he going to ask for much more if he goes to free agency? Probably not. He actually isn't interested in extensions. We pay him like a little bit more than that. I think we can wait on Husso. Like if we pay an extra couple mil to get Skarov, that could be an option. And this Berard guy also wants over $1 million bucks. I'm gonna let him go. I actually let go of like 5 or 6 AHL forwards. They were all, you know, 27 plus. So AHL team should have a new look. Mignov as well. I'm really hoping he grows this summer, can make the NHL team. And look at that, guys. Pesci did say yes. I was worried it was going to be a little bit too low. Tavares as well, 1 year, $1 million bucks for the captain. Gregor, our AHL captain's coming back. Svechkov wants to test for agency, so we'll have to pay him a little bit more. I think everybody else is AHL. Actually, Jaracek there as well did say no. And I just remembered too, Fraser Minton, we got at 1.1 million. He's now at 86. So that was probably like the best contract we signed. 54 points last year. Just crazy. I wish the D awareness was higher on him, but apart from that, like, can't be upset. And so we now have a little over 12.5 million in cap space. If we get Svechkov for, you know, 2.6, we'll have 10 million right on. Jaracek costs us 5.5. We're left with 4.5 million for a starting goalie. Whether it be Husso or somebody else, I don't think the team's in that bad of a spot at all, especially with all the good young players we have coming up. And there we go. Svechkov said yes. Jarachek rejects. Okay, Jarachek, we do at least have control over being an RFA, so maybe we just wait on him, try and get him a little bit cheaper halfway through the summer. And look at this, guys. Labrieres is actually 19 years old, which means he was available in the draft last year. Nobody took him. That's kind of nuts. And so like I was saying, guys, in regards to Husso, even though we want to cup with him, I think I'm going to wait just to see what else is out there in free agency. And we still might sign him if he is the best deal, but really no reason to, tie ourselves to him. And so here we go, guys. Day 1 of free agency. I'm curious to see, who's the top dog. Eklund, Burnett, both 90s medium elites. Moskowitz as well as 89. Durov up to a 91. Was trying to trade for him. He grew by 3. Now has the big tipper zone ability. It actually worked out we didn't trade for him because obviously could not afford to re-sign him. Plus we were able to win the Stanley Cup without him. So I think I'm actually glad that, they said no to that, which is kind of funny. Benak there, I think he still would be an RFA. Same with Bayko. So honestly, some really good free agents here. Goaltending, you got Vinny 89, would be an RFA. And now behind Vinny, guys, you actually got Sugard there, 86 overall. Komiso, Olsen, 84, wants 1.7. I mean, high star potential. He only had 881 save percentage. Was a backup on a bad Sharks team. Interesting. Poise 82. I don't know if it's really worth the risk. Anyone there, Silov's all pretty cheap. Whitehead here, 26, 908. Who did he play for last year? Pittsburgh. Okay, 297 goals against as well. He wants a bit more money there, but honestly, his stats kind of show he is the best of the bunch. Husso wants even more than him on the free agent market. Dostal here, 902. Hasn't had below 900 save percentage the last 4 years, so he's also an option. Pretty cheap, $1.5 million. All right, guys, so it came down to Whitehead and Dostal for me, trying to decide between the two of them. Both 84s with kind of like the best stats. I think the difference for me, though, is Dostal cost half as much and had really similar numbers. I am a little bit worried by the 80 glove high, but at the same time, he's had 908 save percentage, 3 of the last 4 years. It seems to not really matter for the sim, so we'll offer him 2 years, 1.5 million. See what he says. Also, to you guys, right now I'm going to offer sheet James Hagens, 85 overall, 22 years old, highly potential. I'm offering him an extra 1.1 million, only costs a second. I'm thinking 99% chance Arizona matches, but if they don't, that would be a steal. And actually, guys, in terms of value signing, Shane Pinto here, 85 overall, only asking for 2.5. He had 27 points last year, sniper, but very good all-around player. Has no holes in his game. For that price, I think he's kind of the perfect third liner. Could maybe be on our second power play. Probably play PK for us. I'll offer 2.55 for 2 and see what he says. And now looking at 2A players here, guys. Goyette, 2580. Medium toxic potential. Again, let go of a bunch of AHL forwards, so we can get him for a couple years. Wouldn't be bad. Could also sign out Stopchuk here at the AHL team, 2679. High top 9. Has 1 year left to grow. Usually, though, he's power forward. He'll fit in well chemistry-wise. And the other Jack Hughes is available, 2578. Very good playmaker. I think, again, he could, replace somebody that we lost. Honestly, though, we had some decent guys scratch, so I might just sign, those 3 for now and kind of wait and see what else we need. Actually, speaking of that, though, we probably do need a D-man. Engstrom here, 2579. Looks to be pretty solid, so I'll give him a 2-year deal to join the HL team. Same with Ufko, 95 passing, 87 offensive awareness. We did not bring back Niemela, so if we get him locked up, he could be the new power play guy. And now look at the defenseman in free agency here, guys. Levshinaw's the #1 guy. He's actually on the Coyotes just like Hagen, so it'd be pretty funny if we offer sheeted him too. But the top UFAs, Cam York, 2 teams interested. 8.7 million, 89 overall. So he is higher rated there than Theodore. I'm wondering, he only had 30 points last year. Is it worth it to trade away Theodore to then sign him? He's about 5 years younger. Better defensively for sure, but he's not as good offensively because he played 23 minutes last year, only had 30 points. That was with the Flyers. He's never had more than 34. And I'm looking here, most of these guys are RFAs. The next best one, Muhammad Lin, 86 at the UFA. He's only 1 overall higher, costing a lot. And then you got to go down to 83 Drew Hellison. So honestly, I might just hold on to Theodore for 1 more season. If he does drop again to say an 83, then we'll definitely have to think about, moving on from that contract. Hopefully can get rid of it without having to pay anything. And there we go, guys. Luke also accepted his offer. He'll be the starting goalie next year. Stopchuk as well for the AHL. Same with Goyette, even though it's showing leaves. Engstrom for the AHL. Same with Jack Hughes. Ufko there. Shane Pinto as well. I thought that was a really good contract signing. Hagen's even accepted as of now, but obviously the Yotes have a chance to match. Flyers here. Kind of a weird offer. I'm going to say no to that. Just a quick look. Didn't really do anything for us. And let's see. Hagens has been matched by the Coyotes. I kind of figured they would match that one. He was too good not to. And I figured I'd double check a Levshinov offer sheet, guys. Unfortunately, they have 18.5 million in cap space, so basically they can match any offer we make, so not even worth it. And look at this, guys. It's only July 10th, and Adam Jarachek's already asking for just $5 million for the next 3 years. See if you take 4.75. Wow, for 2, okay, let's try 2 years there, $4.5 million. I think he'd definitely do that. I'm surprised to ask him down that quickly. Only took a week. And there we go, guys. Jarechek said yes. So I think at this point, we still have about 5 million in cap space. Maybe even more. Okay, 4.7 to be exact. Levshinov is still there. Really, though, we don't need anything. I feel like we'll just say that 4.7 for the deadline if we are competing again. Most of these guys that are available are our phase. Wow. And the Dallas Stars just made us a pretty good offer. Adam Pelech in a third for Daychomp there, Eminger, and Bodine. That's actually a pretty similar offer I was trying to make at the deadline to get back Yurov. Let's see. Pelech obviously going to be a lot older. And he's still an 85, 34 years old, defensive defenseman, 5-star defense there. I think if he comes in, Honka just goes to the AHL. He's only making $1 million. Probably actually re-sign him for cheaper if we actually do him next season. Wow, this one is hard to say no to. Eminger, 21.75. I wonder, could we get away with, instead of Eminger, one of our other medium league goalies? Obviously, they're not going to have as high value, but like Decina there, it's not that much lower, 20.56. And then maybe with him, I throw in like a 6th round pick, 2031, make up the difference. See what the Stars say to that. Trades accepted. Okay. We are going to have a very solid defense for next season. I love that trade from the Stars. Wow, look at this big-time summer blockbuster. Josh Norris going to the Flyers. Couple seconds going back to the Ottawa Senators. Jeez. All right, guys, we're in the fall now. I'll give you an updated look at the team. I think we definitely have the roster to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. So the top 6 here is the same in terms of the players, but have mixed it up a little bit. Laxo, Matthews, and Marner is now the first line. As beforehand, we couldn't get a +5 that way on both lines, but now we can. With Demidov, Nylander, and Ward on the second, also getting a +5. So pretty crazy. I mean, I just noticed too, literally every single forward in the top 6 has zone ability. Like, you pretty much never see that. That is just so OP. Shane Pinto on the third line, playing with Svechkov there and Minton. Svechkov actually went up in rating by 1, so I think that's a really good third line. Even the fourth here, Ostapchuk ended up making the team. 80 overall, 5-star physical. D-awareness is kind of low, but he's got 85 shot block, 91 stick check. I think his speed's probably supposed to be 86 there. Might have got messed up. And he's got the captain there, Tavares, playing 4C. Eisman played 4th line center for the Red Wings back when, he was getting older. So Tavares will be fine there. Matthew and I still 4th line right wing. Defensively here, you got Riley Theodore still in that top pair, with Pesci and Pelech getting a +5 on the second. Now beforehand, Riley Theodore got +5 as well. I'm not sure. Actually, I just realized Theodore has no X factors. That's why we lost it. If we gain them back, we'll have 2 +5s. Honka Jarechek's actually the bottom pair right now, getting a -1. And I originally planned for Mietin to play in this spot, but as you guys can see here, if I sub him in, we actually get a -3. He just does not fit on that bottom pair at all. So you can see there, the only person it works with is Riley. Riley had a ton of points last year. He was like, top 5 defensive scoring. He cannot be playing third pair for us. So I think Mietin just has to go down to AHL for one more season. Next year he'll get called up. Maybe he'll replace Theodore if we just straight up trade Theodore's cap away. Obviously, we have some options, but I feel like this is still a very solid D-core. Obviously, no true number 1. Pesh is the closest thing, 87, but I don't really think he has the offensive game for that. And then goaltending-wise, of course, Dossel starting, Liv there backing him up. And now look at the AHL team here, guys. We got Ty Voigt in that first line with Goyette and Mikhnov. Mikhnov's a dude I really had high hopes for, but he's really been growing slow since we drafted him. Honestly, we could do something crazy and package him and Mietin in for some, superstar number defenseman. Maybe add Theodore in that trade too. Definitely some options. You got Reimer there, who did have some NHL time for us. I thought about having him on the 4th line, honestly, instead of Ostapchuk, but again, 890 awareness is all he has. Physical is pretty low. Even his shot block, stick check aren't great. Even Easton Cowan here, 24, only a 77 still. I've seen him grow before, so maybe I should have gave him, an NHL chance, but at 77 would be pretty tough when our team is as stacked as it is. And again, look at that defense. I think it looks pretty good. Goaltending, you got Hildeby still a 79. Really no reason why this AHL team can't be competitive again. And lastly here, guys, I'll show you our ratings heading into the 7th season. Like I said, it'd be pretty cool. We're going back-to-back cups here. So we got 100 offense, 91 defense, 84 goaltending. I feel like we definitely have the team to do it, but time will tell. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.